So today I'm here to bring you guys another video talking about what if so and so happened. And today this is going to be a blend of Kagurabachi and Chainsaw Man. As you guys know, I do talk about both of those series on the channel, and I wanted to make this video about Chihiro, our main protagonist of Kagurabachi. And the what if scenario for this video is, what if Chihiro actually became the Chainsaw Devil himself? So we're going to be exploring this idea, see how things would be if this were to ever happen. And if you guys have any thoughts on this, you want to let me know, be sure to let me know in the comments. And also be sure to let me know any other what if scenarios that you guys want me to do on the channel as well, because I'm open to any ideas that you guys have in mind. But yeah, let's dive straight into this. So if Chihiro ever became the Chainsaw Devil, I imagine his transformation would stem from a place of pure desperation and loss. Because much like Denji's fatal encounter that forced his contract to Poshita, Chihiro could face a similar moment surrounded by enemies who cornered him after his father's death. The weight of revenge, the sorrow from betrayal, and his need for justice would all collide in that single moment of choice. Instead of making a deal for survival alone, Chihiro would merge with the Chainsaw Devil as an act of vengeance driven by the need to make sure his family's suffering wasn't in vain. And this transformation wouldn't be wild or reckless at first, because knowing Chihiro's composure, he'd process the chains with a calm fury. When the chainsaws emerged from his body, it wouldn't be out of panic, it would be an awakening. His instincts as a swordsman would immediately take over as he studies this newfound form, analyzing how these chaotic powers can blend with his disciplined swordsmanship, and I can picture him standing amidst the ruins of battle, covered in blood, yet silent, eyes sharp with purpose. And unlike Denji, who learns to enjoy the thrill of his powers over time, Chihiro would see his transformation as both a blessing and a curse. Every chain rev would carry emotional weight, reminding him of what was taken from him. The Chainsaw Devil's destruction would become his instrument for retribution, but the cost of that kind of power would show itself quickly. Chihiro's humanity would constantly be at risk. The Chainsaw Devil thrives on chaos, and while Chihiro thrives on control, balancing those extremes would test his inner strength more than any sword battle ever could. It's not hard to imagine moments where his rage nearly consumes him, but that's where his father's teachings, his discipline, would pull him back, keeping his purpose clear. Now, combining the Chainsaw Devil's abilities with Chihiro's sword techniques would make for one of the most efficient and terrifying fighting styles imaginable. His chainsaws wouldn't just replace his swords, they'd enhance them. Picture him wielding a sword that vibrates with chainsaw energy, slicing through devils like they were air. Every motion would be precise, calculated, and amplified by the destructive force of his new form. It wouldn't be mindless carnage, it would be artistry through violence. And Chihiro's training in Kagurabachi already emphasizes control, precision, and emotional focus. With the Chainsaw Devil's regeneration, he could fight through wounds that would normally be fatal, pushing past physical limits to finish what he started. I think his fighting style would be much more methodical than Denji's, almost graceful in its brutality. Where Denji swings wildly, Chihiro would strike with intent, every move serving a purpose. Another interesting aspect is how his enchanted background might affect the Chainsaw Man's mechanics. Maybe the mystical energy from his family's swords could merge with the chainsaw, creating attacks that not only destroy, but also purify devils, completely erasing them from existence. That blend of traditional magic and devil power could set Chihiro apart as a new kind of hybrid, one who understands both the physical and spiritual weight of his actions. Still, there is the mental toll to consider. Each battle would blur the line between Chihiro and the Chainsaw Devil, forcing him to constantly question whether he's still fighting for justice or simply indulging the violence inside him. His mastery of the sword would give him a structure to channel that rage, but even the most disciplined fighter can break under the weight of endless bloodshed. In the moment Chihiro becomes the Chainsaw Devil, the balance in the devil world would shift dramatically. Devils in Chainsaw Man fear the Chainsaw Devil because it can erase them completely from existence. With someone like Chihiro wielding that kind of power, every major devil, fear, gun, darkness, would immediately take notice. The difference is that Chihiro wouldn't use that power for chaos, he'd use it with purpose, which would make him even more dangerous to them. And hunters and devils alike would begin tracking him, trying to understand this new presence that doesn't fit the usual pattern. I can see devil hunters debating whether he's a friend or foe, given his unpredictable mix of control and destruction. Devils, on the other hand, would either avoid him entirely or unite against him out of sheer fear. The idea of a calm, tactical Chainsaw Devil who fights for justice would terrify beings who thrive on disorder. Him being familiar with enchanted tools would push things even further. Imagine Chihiro using enchanted seals or talismans to enhance his chainsaw attacks. Combining Kagurabachi's magic traditions with the violent chaos of Chainsaw Man would make his presence feel mythical, less like a man possessed and more like a force of nature walking between worlds. But all that power would come with isolation. The more feared and respected he becomes, the harder it would be for Chihiro to connect with others. Even those who understand his motives might struggle to see him as human. That loneliness would mirror his journey in Kagurabachi, showing that even with unimaginable strength, he's still carrying the same burden, just on a much larger scale. Putting Chihiro into Chainsaw Man's world would completely change the dynamics between the main characters. With Makima, for instance, Chihiro's sharp instincts and more clarity would make him far less susceptible to manipulation. Probably see through her calm facade early on and confront her directly, recognize the control she exerts over Denji and others. Their interactions would be intense, a battle of intentions where Chihiro refuses to be used as a pawn. Howard's chaotic energy would clash with Chihiro's stoicism at first. He'd find her immature and unpredictable, but over time he might see value in her raw spirit. Power would remind him that not everything needs to be measured or restrained, helping him rediscover a bit of his own humanity. Their partnership in combat would be explosive, her recklessness balanced by his control. Aki, on the other hand, would likely become a close ally. Both men share discipline and laws at central parts of their lives. I can imagine them training together, exchanging techniques and philosophies on what it means to fight with purpose. Their respect for one another would form a quiet but powerful bond, one rooted in shared pain and mutual understanding. And within the public safety division, Chihiro would stand out as someone efficient yet distant. His participation wouldn't be out of loyalty to the organization, but as a means to gather information about devils connected to his personal vendetta. Where others might see him as cold or detached, the truth is that he simply doesn't want to lose focus. Those subtle emotional layers would make his interactions with the group more meaningful and human. If Chihiro truly became the Chainsaw Devil, the world itself would begin to change around him. Unlike Denji, whose unpredictable behavior often creates chaos, Chihiro's calculated approach would make him a stabilizing force. People might actually come to see the Chainsaw Devil as a protector rather than a menace. His acts of justice would earn public attention, transforming the Chainsaw Man image into one of order and hope. That said, governments and global powers wouldn't sit still. A controlled, intelligent Chainsaw Devil is far more dangerous than an impulsive one. Some nations might attempt to recruit or contain him, while others would see him as a threat to their control over devils. Chihiro's response would be diplomatic but firm. He'd only align with those whose goals match his moral code. And over time, devils would grow more cautious. The fear of complete erasure at the hands of someone who chooses his targets wisely would keep many of them in hiding. The world might experience a decline in devil activity, but at the cost of Chihiro's peace of mind. The more effective he becomes, the further he drifts from the humanity he's trying to protect. Chihiro as the Chainsaw Devil would be a story of controlled vengeance turned into reluctant heroism. He wouldn't seek fame or comfort, only resolution. The merging of Kagurabachi's calm intensity and Chainsaw Man's brutal chaos would create a character who embodies balance through suffering. It's a haunting thought, but also a powerful one. What happens when discipline meets destruction and both learn to coexist? So those are my thoughts on what if Chihiro became the Chainsaw Devil and Chainsaw Man. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really fun just diving in and talking about all the possible scenarios if this were to ever happen, of course. And it's just really fun making what if videos, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys just stumbled across this video and you're like, okay, why did this dude make a video about Chihiro becoming the Chainsaw Devil, Chainsaw Man? And just out of that curiosity, you just happen to click the video to see what I have to say about it. So I do enjoy doing videos like this. There's going to be tons and tons of more videos like this on the channel. And like I said earlier on, be sure to let me know in the comments if there's any ideas that you guys want me to discuss as well. But now I'm going to leave the floor to you guys. What did you think about what I had to say here? Let me know in the comments. And if you guys enjoy this video and you want to show your support, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to follow me on my X, my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook. All the links to those are located in the description below, so be sure to follow me on there. Also, if you guys want to join my Discord server so we can talk more about anime and manga, be sure to do so. The link is listed in the description and is also pinned in the comments section down below. I hope you guys click on that bell so you're notified whenever a new video just like this one drops on the channel. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.